Hi there, we are from Group 8. In this 10-minute presentation, we are going to give a brief explanation about our project for this GIX STEM Appreciation course. For this course, the project that we have decided on is related to the engineering application, since our group are representing the engineering faculty of University of Malaya. The purpose of this project is to address the problems that are related to the natural resources and climate changes.
As we are all aware, the global fossil fuel consumption is on the rise. The new reserves are becoming harder to find. Those that are discovered are significantly smaller than the one that has been found in the past. All reserves are good examples which are now has been depleted and has been struggled to keep up with global demand. Based on the research, 16 of 20 largest oil fields in the world have reached peak level production, and it is because they are simply too small to keep up with global demand. Dependence on fossil fuel also can bring harm to our nature, which is not good for our future.
The effects that the fossil can bring is in the form of carbon emission produced from the use of fossil fuels. Global carbon emissions from fossil fuels account for 90% of all emissions from human activity and can lead to temperature rising, which will cause global warming. Carbon dioxide dissolves into the sea, causing acidification, which affects the life cycles of marine organisms.
Referring to the problem definition that has been stated, relying on the fossil fuels clearly can bring a lot of back effect to the mother nature and can affect the objective of our country, which is to achieve a sustainable future. In order to give the society awareness and tackle the situation, we need to educate younger generation on how to find the solution.
So how do we exactly approach them to give the exposure? Through STEM education, we can provide them hands-on experience and vast knowledge on how they can tackle the situation by relying on science, technologies, engineering, and mathematics. STEM Society in University of Malaya has found out an interactive way to give exposure to students, which is by preparing a STEM kit. We, as an ambassador of the STEM Society, has decided on a STEM kit that can educate them to find the solution to tackle the situation, which is by finding the alternative energy sources. The reasons why we built our STEM kit are to find an alternative way for energy harvesting by using heat. Besides, we also wanted to provide exposure to our students about energy harvesting using renewable energy that is not harmful to human and mother nature while giving them exposure on engineering application. With this STEM kit, it also can give awareness to students regarding climate change that occurs when we use fossil fuel as energy source. The kit that we propose are called Thermoelectric Energy Harvesting Kit. As we all know, most of things that happens around us release heat as the product. In fact, the metabolism process in our body also yield heat. Imagine if we can use the heat to produce electricity. Will that be awesome? This kit basically allows us to demonstrate how electric energy can be generated by using heat. Before start, we need to prepare all the material needed according to the STEM kit manual that we have provided. The most important material needed to build this STEM kit is the thermoelectric generator. Apart from that, we also need a LED, a book strap, wire connector, and a voltage regulator. The first step to build this kit is we need to connect the generator circuit based on the diagram. Bear in mind that we need to make sure the connection is connected properly to ensure this generator is working. After all the connection is done, place the thermoelectric generator around your wrist using the book strap to keep it in place. Wait a few minutes and observe the LED. The LED should light up as the generator harvests energy from the temperature difference of your body temperature and surrounding.
You must be wondering how this thing works, right? So the theories applied to this generator are related to the theory of energy conversion and conservation. As stated earlier, the thermoelectric generators, TEG, plays the important role behind this theory. Energy conversion is the transformation of energy from forms provided by nature to forms that can be used by humans. On the other hand, the law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. The STEM kit that we created for this STEM project used both of this theory in order to tackle our problems. So, by doing this STEM activity, students will have a better understanding about these theories. The TEG is solid-state semiconductor devices that convert the temperature difference and heat flow into a useful DC power source. Thermoelectric generator semiconductor devices utilize the Seebeck effect. The Seebeck effect is a direct energy conversion of energy into a voltage potential. The Seebeck effect occurs due to the movement of charge carriers within the semiconductors. In doped N-type semiconductors, charge carriers are electrons, and in doped P-type semiconductors, charge carriers are holes. Charge carriers diffuse away from the hot side of the semiconductor. This diffusion leads to a buildup of charge carriers at one end. This buildup of charge creates a voltage potential that is directly proportional to the temperature difference across the semiconductor.
Everything has its own impact, let's say toward the community or even nationally, if it was implemented nationwide. This project should be able to motivate students to explore more about STEM Kit and the concept behind it. This will allow students to think critically and analyze the information related to STEM field. Not only that, this activity also will provide base ideas to students to improve the STEM Kit if any improvement could be made. This also will cultivate students to manage and hold a leadership position when we organize a small STEM activity with the student. Besides, the utilization of STEM learning will expose the student toward the designated career path and their position in this field. This will surely help students to plan their future relating to this field. Moreover, students should be able to solve every problem using STEM-related approach, which is scientifically proven to be more systematic and more effective compared to traditional approach. From the beginning, we have aspired that this project will surely contribute a lot to the targeted community, which is the secondary school student. For the initial step, we plan to connect with community by face-to-face activities. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19 pandemic and movement control order by government, all the plans that we have come out with need to be cancelled. However, the situation did not stop us from our initial plan to give exposure to students on STEM education. So, we have decided to change our plan to online-based interaction, and we managed to secure and maintain the good connection between the school and the university, which will progress to the targeted community. This will surely increase the interest of younger generation towards STEM education.